Hey kids, Walter Community College here, and today we'll be coming back at you with another video. Today we'll be talking about the folly of multi-party democracy. And what I mean by that is that multi-party democracy tends to be pretty overrated, especially in the United States. People in America are rightfully sick of the two-party system, but they seem to think that having multiple parties will fix the issue that the two-party system will cause, and that's just not true. The two-party system isn't really that much less undemocratic than the systems of a lot of countries. Like, if you're just talking about the way political parties operate, it's really not that much different than, let's say, two big tent party coalitions that battle each other indefinitely, and there might be some specific shifting depending on the country, but for the most part you just have two big coalitions that act like a two-party system. And is that really a step better? Be honest here. And I also think multi-party systems tend to have their own problems that can actually make them worse than just having an American style two-party system. For example, like grand coalitions, where it just results in one big centrist coalition between the big left-wing party and the big right-wing party. Is that really a good thing? Like, imagine if the Democrats and the Republicans decided to get together and say, oh yeah, we are going to form a coalition and whoever we want gets to be president. They don't have any reason to. But in a multi-party system, the two big parties do have a reason to do something like that, to kick out those smaller parties. So even in multi-party systems, there can be two-party dominance in a way that kind of makes it equally undemocratic. It can also get even worse than that. You can have a single-party system, basically, like in Japan. Japan has a ton of parties that are involved in their parliament, or whatever it's called, but only one party actually elects the prime minister and is actually the majority, and that's I think they're the Liberal Democrats, that's what they're called. The Liberal Democrats, they always hold the majority, and I think only in 2007 to 2011 did another party even get a chance to elect the prime minister. Other than that, Japan has been dominated by a single party, with a bunch of other parties that are kind of involved, but it's basically a one-party state. You have centrist kingmaker parties in some European countries that just determine national policy. They make up a tiny portion of parliament, but they just have enough seats that they can push the big left center party and the big right center party around. I think this still does have a lot of problems with a lot of these problems come from a single party or two parties still being dominant in a multi-party system. And I think the rest of the problems that come with multi-party systems come with parliamentary democracy. A democracy where the political parties in general just have too much influence. I think in an American system where the president is completely separate from for the most part, completely separate from the congressional system, from the legislative branch, that you can have a more successful multi-party democracy. And I think America is in the position for a very successful, very democratic multi-party system. But I don't think we should try to import any of the multi-party systems from most of the countries in the world, because they may seem on the surface to be better, but a lot of European countries, a lot of other developed nations just have a system that might be slightly better than the American one, but it probably wouldn't work on a federal level, like on a country on the scale as big as the United States. So, because of that, I really don't think it would be a good idea to try to implement a multi-party system the same way that these countries do. I think we should try to do our own thing, try to figure something out that just won't be having like a two-party system with other parties involved, or a complete mess of coalitions that doesn't really do anything. That would be an improvement on the American system, or having a one-party dominated state. That's like the three options you have And they're not that. The only one that I think would be better is like a true multi-party state. No parties are dominated, but coalitions are still important. But even then, coalition politics can get messy, and it can cause a lot of problems. So I'm going to talk about this in a different video. This video is already kind of long, but I think America can go a different path. I think multiple parties are a good thing, but I don't think they're that much of an improvement over the two-party system, or they can even be worse than the two-party system. So I think that's about it for this video. If you want to see me expand on this, just let me know in the comments. I do want to talk about the follies of parliamentary democracy, because I think parliamentary systems are a large part of the reason why these multi-party systems fail, and I don't actually think they're a good thing. So let me know if you want to see me talk about parliamentary democracy. I guess I'll be it for this video. WCC out.